Fund me.
For real.
Yes.
Recording in progress.
Go ahead.
How you doing, Casey?
We're good?
See ya.
Steve, is there any update on Draymond's availability and Damien Lee?
Damien's out, and then Draymond, I expect him to play. He'll get loose. We'll see how his warm-up goes, but I would say he's probable.
On that note, is there any more details you can provide on what Klay and James will be doing this week as they stay back on the road trip?
Yeah, no details. I mean, he's going to stay back and get a lot of work in. No details.
It sounds like both of them are playing either 3-on-3 or 4-on-4 at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, just with Damion, what exactly is going on? With
just a hip strain. So I don't think it's too serious, but not anything we want to mess around with and get behind, so just trying to stay in front of it.
Hey, Steve, one thing we always heard with Otto Porter when he was on the Bulls is if he can stay healthy, he can help you. So first of all, how have you been able to keep him healthy, and what has he provided for your team?
Second part first, he's really smart player, great shooter, and he's got good size. So to be able to play the 4 spot defensively and then space the floor on offense is it's a huge weapon for us. Especially with Steph, people have to respond to Steph, and Otto's really making people pay if they send 2 guys at Steph. The health part, you'd have to ask Otto. He's been banged up the last couple of years. I don't know what happened over the summer, but when he got here pretty early, right after he signed, and he was in the training room every single day. So he's worked really hard with our training staff, and thankfully for him and for us, he's stayed healthy, and he's getting better every day, seemingly.
Steve, you noticed at practice that both of these teams had really good preseasons, and now they're both, on top. And while there's not too much meaning in the preseason, what did you notice about the foundation your team was able to lay down, or the habits that they had that have led them to this record?
I think mainly it was just momentum and a good vibe, for us, and I'm sure for them too. To have a good training camp and win a bunch of games and to start the season feeling good is important for some teams, and for other teams it doesn't matter. But I think for both teams it was important. We wanted to really get off to a good start, and I know the Bulls did as well. And so in our 2 cases that that those exhibition games mattered.
Steve, you mentioned the other day, you talked about the importance of winning the getaway game like tonight. You had an 8-game homestand. This is number 8. What are the, what did you learn? What are the advantages? How you look at this 8-game stretch, and why is it now important, or why is it a good time maybe to go on the road?
I think the biggest thing is we really established our home floor, to win the last 6, is it? I think we lost the first game of the homestand and won the last 6. We want to reestablish that, we're going to be a really tough team at home. And I think our guys have a good feel for that. Our crowd has really gotten into it. It feels good. It feels right here at Chase. The players feel it and fans feel it. And so there's a good vibe about our team right now. And I think we've also established a style at both ends. Guys have really fit in well, and so we're establishing our identity, and I think we've kind of set a good foundation for what's next. And obviously it's going to get a lot harder with the schedule and going out on the road tomorrow, but I think we're in a pretty good place.
Does it make it any easier to establish a routine when you're at home for such a long time?
I guess so. I mean, you just for us, we kind of had to mix it up a little bit. We didn't want the guys to get too bored. So like no shoot around this morning. We had some days off in there. But to be honest, I think it's a good time to head out on the road now. It's a different feel on the road. You get more time together, more bonding, and it's a bigger challenge going out there trying to win. So I think the road trip's coming at a good time. 5 years ago.
Is Caruso one of the better guards in the league? You know, defending some of the stuff off ball stuff, all that.
Caruso's great. I was really happy to see him go to the Eastern Conference. He's an excellent defender, on and off the ball, tough, smart, great pickup for the Bulls.
Hey, Steve, what was your experience like being around Zach LaVine this summer?
Zach and I had a great time. We played golf together a couple times. I loved getting to know him. I thought his willingness to take on a role off the bench for us was huge. I want to say, 3 or 4 games into the tournament, he was at like 18 turnovers and 18 assists and no turnovers. Like he just got it. He understood exactly what we needed. Pressure defense, using that athleticism to bother the opponent, and then, give us that great energy off the bench. And for a guy who's used to starting his whole career and used to being a star and putting up big numbers, it was such a smooth sacrifice. So I really enjoyed getting to know Zach and just watching him play and watching him interact with the rest of the team.
Steve, every game is a test, but when you play a team like this at this juncture, is it any different level of a test today?
Well, they're one of the best teams in the league to this point. Top 6, I think, in both offense and defense. Obviously, they're without Vucevic, so that changes some things, and we'll have to adapt to whatever they decide to do. But they present a lot of challenges. DeRozan and LaVine as a 1-2 scoring punch. I think they're both in the top 6 or so in individual scoring. And their defense has been excellent. So that's a great early season challenge for us.
You mentioned that they're missing their guy, and the NBA might be picking up a little bit. But are the Warriors amping up at all, or planning on amping up at all with the protocol, the COVID protocol? Or
sorry, are we amping
up in terms of being even more careful with the protocol? Or
yeah, it does seem like we've seen a few cases, league wide picking up, and so we haven't strayed from the protocol that we've been following. So we will continue to listen to our doctor and follow the league protocols in